gentlemen, a lot of people are upset about them, the Haitians out there in Springfield, Ohio, allegedly eating the dogs and cats. It's it's an urban legend as far as anyone knows who doesn't have a video of it. So what happens is there's some Americans, what they plan on doing is they're going to airdrop themselves into the capital city, Port-au-Prince of Haiti, and they're going to eat all the Haitians' goldfish. That'll show them. Hey, there's a lot of women out there in Connecticut that are worried about the deer because the deers carry tick, and all the housewives are talking about it. That's a lot of TikTok. Get it? They're talking about the... Okay, next story. You don't like that one. I thought it was pretty good. I think that's the funniest thing I heard today. Hey, by the way, there's a lot of rebranding going on. If you can't change a situation, they just rebrand it. That's right. It's not unemployment. It's like employment dismality or some other thing like that. It's the same thing, Well, out there in Los Angeles, California, which a lot of people call it California, what's happened so far is that there's been so many homeless in downtown LA, they just, Gavin Newsom, the governor out there, no, what is he? Mayor Gavin Newsom, the guy with the slick hair and the shiny teeth, even shinier than mine. What he's done is he's decided to cordon off a little area of Southern California and stick all them homeless there and call it Icky Acres. Isn't that why? And then it'll be a tourist attraction. You can buy all kinds of snacks, and you can buy like little bottles of beer and stuff like to toss them to the homeless people. It's just like a zoo, and you go down there and toss a bologna sandwich to the hungry bum. Things like this, they call it Icky Acres. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Icky Acres is the place to be. Homeless living is the life for me. Ever hear that one? No. All right. Here's your next story, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, now we have a feature in our program in reference to history called Famous Farts of History. Did you know that in certain times of history, certain moments of history, certain historical figures farted before, during, or after certain types of things? But we didn't know. It's not written down in the history books because generally that was left out for some reason. I don't know. It smells of plagiarism. So anyway, what happened is, he laughed at that one. So I thought I'd tell you about some of them things. Now, there's a famous American Revolutionary War hero who was around 20 years old, and the British captured him. And before they pulled the floor out from under him and hung him, this fellow named Nathan Hale, he said, I regret that I have only but one life to give for my country. And what he said was, I regret that I have to fart right now, but by the way, I have only one life to give for my country. And then he farted again after they pulled the rope. Very polite young man. He had some breakfast tacos. Anyway, they were difficult to get in the Revolutionary War days. Let me tell you something. It's not the British aren't bad people. Okay, I'm getting off track here. So anyway, also, Cleopatra. She was very upset one time. She was playing this game similar to chess. And so her opponent, who was playing this fake early type of chess, said, Empress Cleopatra, or Queen, or whatever she was, Cleo, your queen is powerless. And Cleopatra, played by Elizabeth Taylor, says, a queen is never powerless. And she slaps all the pieces on the floor. Well, she farted during that, and she did it because she thought, I gotta fart, man. When can I fart and make some noise? So when she does that, if you listen, she says, a queen is never powerless. She goes, and you hear like, that's Elizabeth Taylor. That was one of her beer farts. You can hear some of her beer farts in Butterfield 8, things like that. Some of her best films, she farts. She says a line, she says, I will not go out with you. And, and she says, that was the floor. And Van Johnson is like, yeah, okay. That turned him gay, I think. Anyway, so what happened was, because he turned real gay after that film, he just like, I can't take it anymore. Actress is farting during the scene. Who's got a nice cock in this room here? I heard at the gay bar down the street. So what happens is, also there was, I was there because I had to use the telephone. I wasn't there to, forget it, no one cares. So anyway, also another, Lincoln, Abraham, President of the United States, he was watching Ford's Theater and his wife says, how do you like the show, Abraham? He says, I'm fine, but I got to get up and fart. And she says, well, the guard will be back again. He's having a drink down the street. And Lincoln says, I just can't hold it, And so John Wilkes Booth showed up just then with a pistol, blasts Abraham Lincoln in the head. And right then when Booth did it, as Lincoln hit the floor, John Wilkes Booth farted. And then Lincoln farted. And Booth said, I guess we have a lot in common, your husband and I. And then he jumped over. See, the rating, and he got away. John Wilkes Booth, because at that moment he felt that he and Lincoln had some kind of bond. If only they had got together earlier and farted among each other and had a few cigars and brandy, he'd go, "You're not such a bad guy for a Confederate." You say, "You're not such a bad Yankee idiot married to a Southern woman," something like. Oh, Mary fart Lincoln? Nobody knows if she ever farted because she wore this big hoop skirt. It's a thought that she may have farted because every once in a while the hoop skirt would go like flutter, and she'd have this weird, guilty smile, like. Nobody knows. Those fashions of the 1860s were a boon to women who fart a lot, They were. Any drag queen who wears them nowadays can tell you. A lot of people have wondered about this Israeli Middle Eastern conflict, particularly the one between Israel and Hezbollah. They're always fighting some group, and a lot of people think it's the same group keeps changing its name. Anyway, this one called Hezbollah that Israel is currently fighting. A lot of people wonder what exactly set it off that this people and these people are upset with each other. Well, it's come down to this, ladies and gentlemen. There was a peace talk, and they were talking, and that guy Netanyahu, and he's talking, and he's smiling, and everybody thought he has a trick up his sleeve. But what he had some rotting gefilte fish in his colon. And he's like talking, and then there was this smell, and everybody goes, wait a minute, is this a chemical attack? And Netanyahu says, I don't smell anything. And they thought, how is it possible? He doesn't smell anything. And one of the very smart Hezbollah guys says, this smells to me like rotten gefilte fish. Wherein, at that moment, Netanyahu slammed his hand on the table and started laughing and says, we can't trust these people. It's terrible. So this whole thing, the problem is Netanyahu's mom, who cooked that gefilte fish and made him fart like that, because something about this situation just ain't kosher. If you got anything out of that, you're funnier than I am, because I don't understand it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now, speaking of medical marvels, the pharmaceutical industry, which is similar to the pharmaceutical industry, but the pharmaceutical industry. In current history, one of the famous farters and one of the most beautiful is Taylor Swift. She's been in the news lately, but a lot of people don't know that she's known to fart a lot. And some of her famous songs originally had the word fart in them, but her manager said, Taylor, you've got to change that word to something else. So there's like a song, he goes, I got a blank space, baby, and I'll write your name. Originally, it was, baby, I got a fart, and I hope you do the same. And her manager said, Taylor, we can't release that song. And she says, why the not? I think it's a pretty funny song. And her manager said, please, Taylor, please don't destroy your career over a little fart. And she said, okay, all right, let's go to 141 and go. So they got in the elevator, and as they're in the elevator, she stops the elevator, and she starts farting. And he says, okay, maybe later on we release the song. She thought it was funny. When you're beautiful and wealthy like that, you can get away with anything. I don't write history, I just report it, okay? If you want to make history, this is your chance. Make history by leaving a goddamn comment. Have you left a comment lately? We'd love to hear from you. Not because we're lonely, but we love them comments. It affects the YouTube algorithm. So we want to hear from you, and you can watch this many, many times. Go take a shower and leave this on loop, will you? Because we want to look good like a cigarette should. This is Hughes Cotsworth. I enjoy your company, whether it's a small company, a mom and pop store, or just a taco stand. Huh? Okay, I need Viagra because I can't make my taco stand. All right, I'll see you later. You don't like that one? Okay, fine. Hey, how about some raw milk? It's Hughes Cotsworth. If you laughed at that, you're a metal case, so we know you'll be back again. Stay groovy.